Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Kurniasari. I'm postgraduate student in Informatics Department of Institute Technologies for November. And today I will be presenting my research with Ms. Siti Rochimah with title An Evaluation Model of Website Testing Framework based on ISO 25010 Performance Efficiency. Okay. Software testing is an essential part of software development lifecycle or SDLC. Software testing is the important aspect of quality software, and now there is two methods that can be used for software testing: manual and automation testing. Automation testing can make our testing more effective, and we don't need much time and cost. But there are a lot of automation testing that exists today, and it challenge how to we choose the best automation testing for our project or our product. Besides, research related to automation software testing is a lot of, but related to comparing testing framework that focus on software performance efficiency is great. Okay, and there are two related research by Kurniasari et al. And Toriko et al. The title Performance Efficiency Evaluation Framework based on ISO 25010 and Recommendation Model of REST API Testing Framework based on research utilization of ISO 25010. They get a good result, but they have a limitation of the research. Kurniasari only compared two framework, which Mocha and Cucumber, and there was no validation by expert. Besides, Toriko success classified some of those used in her research, but she is only focused on research utilization. In performance efficiency, there are two other important aspects, like behavior and capacity. So, from two previous research, we can research to propose an assessment model for web-based software quality testing framework, and the framework is recommended based on the calculation of several factors related to three aspects of performance efficiency: time behavior, resource utilization, and capacity in accordance with ISO 25010 standardization. Besides, the study used the weight coefficient to evaluate the testing framework. The coefficient is obtained from the assessment of the scale of importance by expert and is used as the basis for calculating the assessment. Okay, let's continue to our methodology. So the first step of our methodology is determine of performance efficiency, assessment type, and framework testing, or it called exploratory study. The next step after we determine of our limitation, so we move to collecting performance efficiency data based on testing on the software framework. Okay, the next step is determination the scale of important weight by expert. It can be parallel or after we finish step B, we move to step C, or it can be parallel. Okay, after step B and step C is done, we continue to create model assessment or model evaluation to classify the tested framework based on three categories: good, medium, and bad. Okay, based on our exploratory study, we have some limitation in our research. The framework testing used in this research are Selenium, Catalan, Maple, Telerik, and Cypress. This framework is common use in industry right now, and the web transaction limitation is with test, CRUD, or create, read, update, delete, get massive data. When we get amount of data like graph or other search, we input keyword to search something, upload file, and download file. And the performance efficiency, we use 7 factors from capacity, time behavior, and resource utilization. such as processor, storage, and bandwidth, with component of research validation, response time, turnaround time, and throughput, which are component of time behavior, and the last is capacity. Okay. The next step is data collection based on testing. Okay. The first step is we create test case design. In this step, we can use Excel to create test case design. For example, the input data, precondition, step, and expected result. Okay. The second step is creating a data collection program using PSUtil and SkyPy library. Okay. Then the third step is test case implementation on software testing framework based on test case that we have defined in the first step. And we use a record and run feature in the framework, so it can easy to use by the first user who first time using the frameworks. Okay, and the last step of data collection is test execution on each software testing framework. Okay, the next step is determination of the important weak scale. That is from the expert. The first step is we have to make a question list of every question that we have to ask to the expert. Then we share the questionnaire data to the expert with minimum experience at least 2 years about software development or software testing. Then after the questionnaire or the data is collected, we need to check the validity of the data or of the distribution, so we can know the valid using standard deviation. And the last step is calculation of the important scale which. After the two previous steps was done, we next to creating model evaluation. The assessment model was based on data obtained during the data collection stage, and then the score of each framework was normalized to ensure that both datasets were on the same scale, testing and scale, so that they could be compared or combined accurately. The normalized performance efficiency value is that multiplied by the important weak scale, which is already on 0 until 1 scale. After obtaining the average score, the calculation was continued by determining the threshold, 1/3 of the maximum and minimum score that we get previously. Okay, this is example of the process of methodology until we get the evaluation. The next step after we create the test design is create program to get resource data, resource utilization data. So there are two libraries, PSUtil for storage and processor, then SkyPy for bandwidth. Okay, in this program we need to ensure that the software framework is run. So by collecting the PID of the program that we can collect in Task Manager. After that, we can run it until we get data. Then after we close the program, it will be automatically close the program. Or when the process is false, and we will get a file of the result. Same with when the previous program, the bandwidth is net PID, then we can get the packet from the connection and bandwidth. After the data is done, we need to process and export the file to CSV. So in this program, we export that to file or file itself. Okay. The next step is implement the test case that we have designed before to the software framework. So for example, in this presentation is use Selenium. So we need to click record a new test. So input project name, click OK, then input the URL. Okay, then we need to click start record. In this presentation, we use a search transaction type. So we can choose one of product type, then we click find. It will show the result. Okay, and we can click stop on the sign menu and we input test and search. Okay. Okay. Then the last step is we need to run the program and we run the Python program and the Selenium Audio program. We can we can click run test, then Selenium will automatically run. Okay, after all data is passed, we can get the data. We can get time backup data from this log. Okay, the next step is importance data collection or important big scale. The first step is we need to collect the questionnaire. Questionnaire is because we do done in Indonesia, so we use Indonesian. Like this, we write information about the capacity, processor, other, and we mention the scale, and the user or correspondent will checklist on the number. And then we transfer the data. We need to calculate the weight of scale. The first is we need to standard deviation after all respondent input. We need to ensure the standard deviation, the distribution of data. After it valid, we can calculate the weight of transaction. We can input the scale 1 until 5, and the frequency is the number of scale. For example, this is 1, we get all of the data. We can transform the interval. Find this, storage, bandwidth, response time, and capacity. And because we need to transfer to scale 0 to 1, so we need to change. Okay, after all data collect, we can make data evaluation. For this example, we can use Excel. So this is the data from the testing framework, and this is the data, which data. So before that, we need to normalize the testing data to scale 0 until 1. Okay. After that, we can calculate the minimum and maximum value of score, then it can be the threshold. After we understand the methodology, or after we complete the experiment, we get the result. So the result of our research is the table performance efficiency of CRUT, which the best framework for CRUT is Maple and Selenium, which in class 1, and the best for get massive data is Selenium and Cypress. For search transaction is Selenium and Cypress. Then for file upload is Maple. And for file download is Catalan, Telerik, and Maple. Okay, in CRUD, Maple and Selenium demonstrate strong performance because they are designed to handle DOM element interaction quickly and effectively while supporting multiple programming language and integrating well with other development tools. Then for massive data and search transaction, Selenium and Cypress Excel handle due to their non-blocking architecture, which allow them to process multiple requests simultaneously with low latency. And for file upload transaction, because of Maple has AI-driven testing and smart web feature, which enable the framework to adaptively adjust wait times and reduce failures caused by varying test environment conditions. And the last for download transaction, Catalan, Telerik, and Maple perform well due to their built-in handling feature that facilitates stable and accurate file download. Results show that different types of transaction yield distinct framework recommendation, although certain transactions yield not identically recommendation. And based on both the experimental and weak result, the result indicate that the relative classification of the framework is largely consistent. Nearly all transaction types exhibit a 100 match when compared with only 18% match. The result of this study provide a valuable reference for determining suitable software for both the framework test and those not considered in the study. So it can be quite line for other people to choose the framework. Okay, the conclusion of our research are the proposed model successfully classified the framework across various transaction types, revealing that different transactions often require distinct framework recognition. Then the study demonstrated that experimental and weighted results largely align with 18 until 100% match with nearly identical recommendation for most transactions. The 18% is upload file, and it's just a small difference of value based on calculation. And the study serves as a valuable reference for choosing suitable software for both test framework and other software application in the market. In the future, we need to do the similar research, but not only focus the performance, but we need to focus on functionality and the easy of use. Okay, I think that's all from my presentation about my research. Okay, if you found my mistake, please forgive me. And as I say, thank you.